Welcome back, everybody, and all y'all to the show. Got a new episode here today. We are going to do a weekly challenge here. It's calling for a hypercar. S1 900. I chose the Koenigsegg CC8S. If you hit the little hamburger button, it'll tell you what cars you can choose from. I like a lot of these vehicles. This is probably one of my favorites right here, this Lycan. And this ST1 is pretty dope. I mean, how can you go wrong with any of them, right? But we're going to go with a Koenigsegg. I don't have a whole lot of horsepower in it, but she's light, she's sticky, and I think she's well sorted. So let's do a little bit of this, and a little bit of this. This is the setup. Let's see if I've done it right. Before we get going, though, I just wanted to do one thing here. I'm trying for $1 billion, as you can see in the upper right-hand corner. I'm at 826 million. I've been working on, selling off cars, and I've got a huge cache of wheel spins. So I'm going to collect some money here. Don't get me wrong, I do give away a lot of vehicles. But, I want that bill. I want to see what that's like. 1 billy up there. All legit, by the way. This is, just a passion of mine. I don't have time to play little glitch games. I just want to drive. I love this game, so it comes easy. Alright, did not sell, so we'll just give it away. You don't want it, you ain't gotta have it. Alright, that should do it. Thank you for bearing with me there. 844. Along with the wheel spins, I do have a whole bunch of backstage passes. I don't know how many. 48. I got 48 of them. So there's some money to be made there as well. I'm not going to drive her out all the way, about 9 miles. But just want to make sure she's sorted. I've taken her out before I started recording. But she turns in nice. I think she's pretty well balanced. I don't know if she's going to have enough horsepower. Yeah, she should do okay. Alright, let's do a little teleportation here. No one wants to see me drive aimlessly. What else did I have? Who I have? Nothing really built here. Oh, yeah. I've never seen one of these in real life. But I've seen them on Top Gear, and I just, I adore them. How do you not? The control panel, the interior as a whole is just a work of art. It's gorgeous. I shouldn't say work of art. I don't know anything about art, but it is, it's stunning. How about that? Excuse me. Let's see. Okay. Okay, not doing so well so far. Holy moly, huh? Ooh, took a second place. Not too bad. Nothing to brag about. I think we'll take the second and we'll move on. Got no complaints. Need those tires to heat up probably a little bit. I think I got the car. I don't know if I have the talent. All right, let's give her a rip. Alright, easy now. Alrighty now. Ooh. Nice. I outbroke him. Whoa, where you going there, big fella? Okay. Nice move. There we go, Gonna get into a pushing match. Alright, we gotta put this guy in the rear view mirror. I was trying to roll on that throttle nice and smooth. Handled it like a hard-on. Ooh, he's right on my ass. Come on now. Victory! Alright. That was a hairy affair. Hard keeping up with those all-wheel drive supercars, but this thing is a lot of fun to drive. Beautiful chassis, very responsive, stiff as a board. Bam, more money. Alright, we got one more race. Oh, look how beautiful it is out here. You know what's really cool? Check this out. If you get out here on the track, it's just got a great vibe to it. Alright, quit messing around here. We got one more. What's this all about? We got another race right here. Okay. After this, we're gonna delve back into some trophy truck talk. I'm working on making like a spec race series, like they have in the unlimited off-road racing events in real life. I have to modify the rules from their rules a little bit to get the trucks to do, you know, or to perform like they do in real life in the game. But I think it could be a lot of fun. All right, nice and smooth focus. All right, and then this guy's running into me. Son of a bitch, I hope you have insurance. Son of a bitch, I hope I have insurance. You know, I'm going to start over. I feel gross about all that. Oh, there you go. You guys saw that, right? That's AI. And it's done something like that. Okay. Quite frankly, that's not really my jam. Hypercars, supercars, all that. I appreciate them and respect them, but yeah, that's more my jam right there. I'll take that. I think we got a couple more challenges in Mexico. These are always fun. Okay. Lucid. Oh, here we go. This is something I don't drive very often. that's better than I thought it would be. So I have an idea for a race series. And, well, it's as simple as this. Let's just fast travel. It isn't all, ironed out perfectly. But what we got right now is like a base. So I was trying to keep it, the race series that they have on Unlimited Off-Road, like on their website, is like a sealed engine, 550 horsepower. Essentially, a pro truck just like this, but the horsepower is limited. It's cost effective. But I thought that would be a fun race spec class, because it's hard to find people to race these big trucks, and it's like this game is custom made for this, and I want to get more people involved in it. Maybe I'm just beating a drum that no one can hear, but yeah. So it's a stock tire width, stock wheel size. I did lower the weight only because they're so heavy, and I'm not trying to push the horsepower too much. It is rear wheel drive, so I gave it the lightest wheels I could find. I did the weight reduction, so that's good. I didn't touch the brakes. I don't think you need to touch any of this. Yeah, it's a 3-speed, which is the challenge. That is to say, just to get it and get moving, this is 4,400 pounds with 600 horse. Yeah, 614 horse, 500 foot-pounds of torque. So it isn't exactly fast, but it can be very competitive. So besides this truck here, you're looking at so you got the fastball, then you got the trick truck. Obviously you have this beast. You can use the Honda. There's a Nissan as well. The Polarises, I can't remember what their weight are, but I'm sure we could get them in there. They're probably going to dominate because they're made for more of like a stadium truck event. But, maybe we just keep them out. There's an Ultra 4. That Jeep, I think this cannot be, well, you can do whatever you want, but it's just so big and heavy. I can't get the weight down. I mean, 6,200 pounds. Yeah, they got the Bronchi, or the Brocky, and then that Rally Raid. I suppose the Trail Cat. Not really in the vein of what we're doing here. The same thing with these trucks. But, yeah, just an idea. Anybody wants to strap it up and let me know if they want to lock horns and race. Leave a message down there and we'll get to getting. All right, we're gonna let's take a look at how this bad boy is built. Tire pressure, obviously, we're trying to flatten that back end out as much as possible. Pretty standard. I think it handles pretty damn good. In this configuration, I want to take it out to my own track to see how she handles. I'm thinking it should be like under like a 620 if I can drive in the 700 class. Yeah, she's not tire shredding, that's for sure. That's kind of the point, though. Wow, found a trailer there in the brush. Never hit that before. We got fastball versus fastball here. Again, it seems slow. I get it. You know, you're doing buck 30, buck 40 with the 1300 horsepower fire-breathing dragons. You know, you can do whatever you want, but it could be a fun spec class. Maybe it needs a little more horsepower. Trying to keep it a 3-speed, like they have in the real off-road races. Sloppy, very sloppy. Come on, girl. Alright, zoning out there. Boy, oh boy. Doesn't capture the attention. Like one that's got, what, double the horsepower? More? Just struggling. It was even worse when I just had it at 550. And full race weight. Dropped about 1,000 pounds with that weight reduction. Just needs a little more horsepower. Where the hell did that come from? Yeah, okay, so 612, that's fine, but as far as driving, maybe a 4-speed, but I really don't want to go to a 4-speed. Let's do this. I've got a... There we go, I got a trick truck. Now this is about 5,000 pounds, but it's an 800 class, so it's a whole class up. I believe that's... No, that's 4-wheel drive, okay. I must have one. Maybe I don't. Let's go to a Lumacraft. No bone stock rear-wheel drive versions of that, okay. Why don't we just go and buy one? Just for comparison. See, 430, what class would that be? It isn't a class. Oh, I bet you there's some pretty cool paint jobs in here. Alright. Let's build this up to A800. Keeping an eye along the way on what kind of weight we can get this thing down to. Because I looked earlier and it was about... We can get them under, like 4,300 would be the threshold. Somewhere in there. You know, that's something to look into as well. The R.J. Anderson vehicles. What are those? Yeah, 4,300. See, that's a two-wheel drive. 3,700. That would just eat everybody up, especially 850 horse. I don't know if we can put those in there. Either that or we're just going to have to go to A800 class, which would probably be better. But we're going to try out this truck first. Again, we're going to keep the stock tire width, all that just bone stock. Get some lighter wheels on there. That'll do just fine. Ooh, I like that blue and the gold. Shouldn't need any of that. Or brakes. We'll take the sway bars because, well, so what is it, 4,900 pounds. That's all we can get it down to, huh? This is a big girl. Oh, that sounds real nice. That's a LS3, I bet. $700 was coming around. Alright, we're going to try the 700 class, I guess, without turbocharging it, we're never going to get to that 800. Alright, we're going to give it one more pull around the track, and I'm going to let you folks go. Let's set it up. 3-speed, 155. Pardon me. 137, huh? We're going to need a lot more than that. We're going to go 4 and 3.5. I think the trick is to drop that down all the way and go about halfway here to maximum. No need for any springs at all. Dampers, we're going to go 8 and 8.5. Like I said before, if you go too far, they won't rebound. That's to say, if I were to take up rebound stiffness up to like 10 or 11, and then keep bump really low, it'll just when you're driving, it'll just compress and it won't rebound. Definitely need to jack this up. I'm going to jack this up as well. Curiously enough, this feels faster. Oh, that's why. It's got a little more horsepower and a little more torque, but it weighs also a few 100 pounds more. Alright, well, enough of the talking. Let's get to getting. Take her out one more time. I think we had a 612 last time. This should compete, this should break the 610 easily. There's that trailer again. Come on, get out of the way, you mutt. I don't know if you're supposed to drive that way. I don't know what he was doing. I know I spazzed out there, shifting. Maybe the gym code just needs a slightly different gear ratio set. Alright, big girl, move it. Thinking about it too, this track isn't really built for this class. I have to build a new track, something a little more, maybe a little more bumpy and a little less reliant on jumps. Come on, dig, you heavy bitch. Just gotta step on it, man. Come on. Climb the hill, come on. It's pretty close to the same time. Not that I drove exceptionally well, but I sure did leave meat on the bone, if they say. Well, I'm going to keep tuning and refining all that because I think it could be a lot of fun. The A800 class is going to be obviously a much bigger challenge. Maybe a 750 class, I don't know. God, the sound of that is just perfection. Let's head back home here. Next week's festival, Mazda MX-5 RF. I believe I showed that on my last video, one of my dailies. Just a beautiful little thing, even without the wide body kit. I hate how they won't let you just toggle between what cars you're going to use in class, so you can kind of do some pre-scouting. That would be a lot of fun for videos. Maybe if Forza or Playground Games would consider that, that would be great. Alright. That's about all I got for you for now. Again, I'm imploring you to buy yourself a trophy truck or a trick truck or whatever you want to call it. Get out and build it. I got a ton of tunes. It's a hell of a lot of fun. This game has an endless supply of terrain for these trucks to take advantage of. So, thanks for joining me, fellas. Until next time, you guys have a good night.